Hey everybody, today X4 got a new update to beta. So this is beta 5 and for the 3.0 beta test. So another patch to the beta. As always, the patch notes, you can find a link to them in the description. A lot of fixes in this one. Nothing terribly exciting as far as content, just more polishing, more fixes, but definitely some stuff we can take a look at. I mean, at first, obvious glance is the map. Our stations now have station icons. And if you also will notice, there are crosshairs on things I click. So you can click on this drill Vanguard here, and we get some information about it and some crosshairs. And that goes for NPC ships too. Just get some more information, crosshairs. So that's the selection is nice. They also fixed the bug where things were not turning gray. So in the previous playthroughs, things that were destroyed were not turning gray, and that includes wrecks. So this is a wreck. Now it's properly showing gray. If we go look at Talati space, we now also see things that are wrecked are now gray. The Talati also got a new color, this kind of uglyish green, to help differentiate it from our own. So the Talati faction color, if you have that enabled, is now a bit more easy to shape from ours. So here's a good example. There's our green, there's the Talati green. So they made that a little bit nicer. In the Encyclopedia, they added some new information. So if you go, there's a blueprint section now. You can see all the blueprints that you own. And I own 11 out of 45. The ship blueprints, I know about 11 out of 18. I don't own any of these. As you can see, it says, doesn't say owned. But now you can this was something that was sorely missing because it was hard to know ahead of time what you owned and what you didn't own. So for equipment itself, these are all the stuff I don't own, and you can see what you own. So that's another great addition. They also fixed the workflow. Let's see if we look at the stations. A logical overview. So there was a bug with workflow where the percentages didn't work out. They went ahead and fixed that. They also added the ability to disable turrets on your own ships. So where's my behemoth? There's my behemoth. I can right click on that now and do disarm turrets, and this will work with multiple ships. I don't have any other turret based ships, but you can disarm turrets on multiple ships at the same time now. Speaking of the behemoth, it will now be able to use large missile turrets. So let's go look at that real quick. If we go upgrade, go look at the turret groups, look at, where's the large one? Medium, large beam. I can now change this to dumbfire or tracking. So we can arm it with a large, whereas before that was not an option. For shipbuilding, there is a new undo feature for shipbuilding. So let's take a look at that real quick. If you go to buy a ship, we'll buy a Minotaur Vanguard. We'll put some stuff on it just because. And now there's this undo button. So we can roll back those changes, which is very nice. So you can go I want to go to medium preset, then you can roll back. So that's a nice little feature they added. On the trade menus, so let's find a factory here. Solar plant, trade offers, energy cells. There is this new information down here that shows the pricing. So right now it's in high supply, so there's 0% going into it, But we are a prize investor, so we get an 11% discount, which 0 plus 11 somehow equals 12. I'm guessing that's a rounding issue that they'll have to take a look at. No big deal, though. So that's nice that you can see. I'm all for showing all the stuff you've been working at, making that visible to you, like that prize investor. I got that for some reason. Could be my reputation. I may have unlocked some sort of data leak on there. I forget. But now you'll at least see that it does know about it, and you are getting the benefit. Another shipbuilding edition was made for turrets. So we'll go back to our Minotaur example. Minotaur low. Average turret output megawatts. So they are now including the turret into the turret statistics into the screen here. This can be turned off in the menu if you don't like it. A little more difficult to show. They improve balancing of weapons and ships. That requires a bit more detailed run through and recording of data. Hopefully look at that at some point. I'm sure someone on the forums will kind of post that. Let's just see let's take a look quick at flak cannons. I'm curious if they gave it a better range. Let's go to the wharf, buy ships. Small. Good old Eclipse. Weapons. Let's see. Shard. Dumbfire. Where'd you go, flak cannons? Are they a medium? Am I just not seeing them? Where'd they go? Oh, I think they are a turret. I've been avoiding most of the new weapons because of the balance is not really where it needs to be. So, flak cannon, Encyclopedia. All right, so they did raise the range of the flak cannon, so that'll definitely be something to look at. Nope, see if it's any good. I would love to have start using the flak cannons for some missile defense. The rotation speed 180 degrees per second, projectile speed 1500 meters per second. Let's compare that with everybody's favorite pulse turret. I mean, the pulse turret is 200, still rotates faster, shorter range, but still much faster. Rate of fire 4 per second. Flak 1.5 per second. 82 milliwatts. Pulse is 184. So I'm guessing they're not at their final place. I mean, they increased the range, which is good, but based on the raw stats, I mean, the Pulse still seems a bit superior. They also say they have fixed up how large ships handle combat in front of it with main batteries. So that hopefully will give us better performance when the NPCs are controlling our big, expensive capital ships. Flying in formation got fixes, so hopefully less of an issue with your fleets flying around. We'll need to test that a bit before making any judgments to see if it's where it's at. Trading stations are going to be rebuilt again, hopefully. And just a bunch of fixes. Oh, no more missing NPCs, they claim. We'll see. That seems to crop up when you least expect it, but they should have fixed the NPC issue. They fixed crashes, of course. I wasn't experiencing any, but hopefully it makes the game more stable. Fixed a bunch of things with menus and widescreen displays. And other inconsistencies like hulls being only repaired to 99%, weapon indicators not being visible, all sorts of little bugs like that. So hopefully beta 5 will be a nice improvement. We'll see how. I got to play a bit more to really understand how much of an improvement it is. But we're making our way to 3.0, so I'm looking forward to it. No word on when that'll get here, if there'll be more beta patches after this or anything like that. We'll have to wait and see. All right, thanks a lot for watching.